increasing. Trigger happy policemen. Panic is raging. I know where we're headed. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hey YouTube, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, y'all. So that's a great song to start off my series. Starting tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm going to start a series of lyrics. Lyrics from years ago that still hold true today. So I will find songs where there are lyrics, and I'll give you the history of the song and the artists and things of that nature. And yeah, we'll discuss them and talk about how they still hold true today. There are a whole lot of songs like that, you guys. That whole Marvin Gaye album was like, yeah, yes sir. So anyway, y'all, let me tell y'all today's story time. Let me see today's story time. Okay, so today's story time, I'm going to tell y'all about the time when I was in the military and at AIT. Y'all, okay, so I went to AIT at I went to basic training in Fort Dix, New Jersey. And then I went to AIT in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So, y'all, I laugh about AIT and basic training, but AIT was hilarious because we had the best drill sergeant. Our drill sergeant was crazy as cat pee. Okay, first off, he was a minister, so he didn't cuss. Ask me how the heck I always ended up with all these ministers in my life. I don't know. So I was laughing because he was a lunchbox, y'all. When I say he was a lunchbox, he was a lunchbox. So he had named each and every one of us. All of us had a nickname. All of us. So, and I don't know how I ended up in basic training and AIT with every chick from the city. I mean, I ended up the chicks from the hardest cities ever. I mean, I'm talking about Baltimore. I was from DC. I'm talking about from the hood. I'm talking about Southeast DC. There was the chick from Chicago, Heat Miser. They called her Heat Miser because her hair, she wore her hair straight up and down and it looked like Heat Miser. Then, alright, and from Baltimore, he called that little chick from Baltimore Rock because she was short and she was broad. He just called me crazy. But all of us was from we had a girl from LA. At the time, I ain't understand why he kept calling her Blood. I ain't understand. Because we ain't have gangs in DC at the time. We had cliques. Anyway. So, it was just a bunch of us. Anyway, we were the funniest things. And our drill sergeant was just as crazy. So, one day, we had to do stuff we were GI in the barracks. And, somebody left a pair of thongs in the wash. Okay, first off, y'all, for those of you who've been through basic training, y'all gonna understand when I say this. Why the hell would you have a pair of thongs at basic training or AIT? Who the hell wears thongs every day? Nobody. Now when you gotta be out there running, who the heck wants that string up your butt? And anywho, so he found a pair of thongs in a wash. It was so funny, y'all. He put the thongs on a pencil and he was walking down there. walking down the hall with these stones hanging on a pencil, talk about who cat picking drawers is these? Because he never cursed. He'd say cat picking. Whose cat picking drawers is these? Who in the world got this string hanging up there behind? Y'all, he was a lunchbox. Then, like, okay, so if we came to breakfast and our hair wasn't combed like he thought it should be done, like if we didn't have our hair in braids or our hair was just all over top of our head, because sometimes we just wake up, come out from PT, go jump in the shower and come back to go eat breakfast, and our hair be standing all over our head. So my drill sergeant got slick, y'all. He would make us, okay, so he would say everybody would have to, okay, we'd be in ranks, and he'd make us pull our comb out, and we would have to braid the girl. If the girl in front of us hair wasn't done, we would have to braid her hair. Then he'd make us do an about face and have us look at the person behind us head. And if their hair wasn't done right, he'd make us do their hair over again. Y'all, the man was a lunchbox. And then he got mad at Heat Miser one day. He told her, if your hair not done tomorrow, when I come in here, I'm coming in with my white curlers, hot curlers, and I'm gonna make you. He said, I'm gonna do your head right here in the child line in front of everybody. That's the kind of thing he would do. Y'all, I'm telling y'all. Drill Sergeant Johnson, he was hilarious. And then he had this thing where he would tell me, look here, I'm not sending your crazy behind home to your daddy pregnant, and your daddy a minister and I'm a minister. We ministers, we're brothers in the ministry. I refuse to send your cat picking behind home pregnant. So, no, you can't go on past. He would never let me go on past. He would never let me go out. I could never get a pass for the weekend. All my friends be gone. I'd be sitting up in the barracks looking stupid. And then my senior drill sergeant, he would be like feeling so bad for me. He would come and give me a pass. Be like, oh, here you go. You just go in and leave. But y'all, I had fun. I had pretty much a good time. But now I understand why my senior drill sergeant ended up giving me a pass to leave. When people give you something, every time the intention is not pure. And later on, that same senior drill sergeant that went behind my drill sergeant's back and would give me passes ended up raping me. But that's a story for another time. That's another story for another story time. But anyway, but I had the best drill sergeant. He was so funny and he was so great. And he had the best exercises and he had the best punishments. I don't know where they come up. I don't know where they must have a drill sergeant handbook of crazy punishments. Because I remember when the big Alaskan girl, the big Eskimo, she was an Eskimo. Y'all, this chick was like 6'2". She was a big old girl. But I remember we couldn't figure out who in the world is this nasty person keep leaving their personal items after their, menstrual. They would leave these pads all over the place, and we couldn't figure out who it was. Y'all, we found out who it was, and they told the drill sergeant he had that girl up on the wall, upside down, doing push-ups upside down. She was doing handstand push-ups, y'all. She was up there for the longest time. I bet you she won't ever think about leaving her dirty nothing anywhere. Let me see. Then we had the big fight between the two companies, and he was so hot and they fought on Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. Oh my God. He lost his rabbit mind. He had them outside in there. Okay, so if anybody knows, when you put a gas mask on, it's hot. And although Martin Luther King birthday's in January, y'all was hot. It was unseasonably hot in South Carolina. It wasn't even snowing or nothing when I was in AIT. It was like 70 to 80 degrees outside. So he had them go upstairs and get their gas masks, put them on, and he had them doing drop drills. And that's like where he have a whistle and he go, you blow the whistle once and you run. Then you blow the whistle twice and you have to drop and do push-ups until he blow the whistle again. Blow the whistle once, you run again. Blow the whistle 3 times, you gotta do sit-ups. And he just kept blowing the whistle. Dirt, 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 dirt. I mean, he just kept blowing that whistle. And they were out there, and he made them exercise in the mask, and it was so hot. Y'all should have seen him pulling up the mask and just throwing up. It was like, oh God, this is crazy. And he made all of us go outside in formation and watch them. Because he said, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn one way or the other. I was thinking that he was gonna have them in the mud pit, because they had a pit, and of sand, they would put water it down and make it like mud. I thought he was gonna have them in there doing. No, go get y'all mask and y'all coming out here on this grassy knoll, and I'm about to hook y'all up. Y'all, he ran them till they couldn't run no more. They was laying out in the ground. When I said they was laying out, they was like literally laid out. And I know that sounds crazy, but y'all, he was a good guy. He would talk to us, and he would always try and tell you the right way to go. I had some real good drill sergeants. I mean, some real good drill sergeants. And then one bonehead. Yeah. But the moral of the story is, take away the positive from everything. Even though I had some negative situations, I learned a lot in basic training in AIT. I learned a lot in my Army experience. Don't forget about the bad stuff that happened. Use it as a learning lesson. And that's what I do, y'all. Everything I'm doing now, I'm choosing to use it as a learning lesson. And that's what we need to do more. Learn from our mistakes. Learn from our successes. Live in the present and prepare for the future, as Brother Jay says. So, y'all, like, share, and subscribe. Live, love, and laugh, as my mom says. And as my dad says, ask the Lord to make you a blessing so you can be a blessing to somebody else. So when the Lord make you a blessing, be a blessing to somebody else. All right? I love y'all, YouTube. Look here. I might come back at y'all later on after I work out. I'm on my way down to my workout. So I might come back at y'all later on after I work out, depending upon how I'm feeling. All right? We'll holler at y'all later. Love you. Peace.